Yes, greetings, blessings, people. We're here. We're live and direct on the Big Bad Station, ArabRadio.com. With yours truly, DJKat the Kat-a-lyst. Big shout out to all the listeners locked in. I have a very special guest joining me. Okay, he's back on the line. And you know what? I feel like he needs to introduce himself. So, King, let the people know who you are.
Yes, greetings to each and everyone out there. My name is Elihu Morris, and it's a pleasure to be on our program.
Every time. So you know what, King? I feel we need to speak and say what you've been up to since the last time we spoke, because I know you're a busy man.
Yeah, well, this new album, Broken Silence, took us quite some time to complete it, and it's finally here. So I've been campaigning, introducing it, doing interviews, doing a lot of shows, introducing it to the people, and just growth, just dealing with growth and moving towards levels that we have been on hold for a time.
Yeah.
And so now, we're active.
I hear that. So tell us about this album, Broken Silence. Why this project? Why that name? Because it's a very powerful name. When I hear Broken Silence, I'm thinking, what's he saying? Tell us.
Yeah. The album is it's a different. I think it's different in many different ways from our album. And the reason why, because of the topics, the creativity, and also it is a window and a reflection from my mentors of their work that they did before through blood, sweat, and tears. And most of them have passed on. Yeah. But that has been still doing a lot for people because of the message within.
I hear that.
And it's authentic reggae, which is most of the music over the years have been drifted away from that standard and that level and that foundation settings. So my album is to represent those who was before, and I am here to carry on that work because those were my training as a kid and even as an adolescent right through to the time I started pursuing my own career.
I hear that 100%. A listener is asking, who is some of the heroes that you look up to?
Heroes, okay. I have a lot, and it goes as far as from Rocksteady days.
Yeah.
Right till the beginning of reggae, when I was a kid. And we can talk about John Oates, Alton Ellis, Delroy Wilson, right through time of reggae, Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaac, just we could go on and on because there is so much that I've make this music to be where it is through blood, sweat, and tears. I was there as a kid, they would call me apprentice, and so right through the time until I watched them become big giants,
Yeah. So you being the apprentice in quotes, what is it about these particular artists that made them so special, and of course brought that speciality to you? So what in your eyes, what made them so special?
Well, for the first thing for me was when I realized, and I don't want to leave out people like Ken Booth also. Yeah. Nicky Thomas, people like those. I should never forget those names. Well, when I was always as a youngster, music was always a thing for me. Growing up in the ghetto as a kid, and it was everything. At the time when music was 24/7, and it helped the community to keep a balance, with bring peace, because there was always rival wars going on in these communities, and every day, you could hear all kind of gunshot firing. Yeah. And the music make the people, give the people a certain peace, and comfort during those times. And as a kid, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, you could hear music constantly from the jukebox in the bars in the corner.
Yeah.
Music come from the sound system. Even from a mile away, you could hear the steel arms. I remember every Friday I used to leave school at the end of the week.
Oh wow.
I could look forward to walk miles, and there you go. You'd see people out in the street, and long lines going into the dance hall, and the music was consistent right back.
Yeah.
Till morning.
Yeah.
And so these artists would bring a certain amount of hope in their music, joy, and peace. And then, you know, the lyrics of their content was always something that give you something to think about, you know. And that was a thing for almost everybody, you know what I mean? Especially the people that come from the ghetto.
Yeah. So you know.
So yeah, I mean, you know, we depend on music, you know, right through from that time. You know, music was a Catholic thing for us. You know what I mean?
I hear that, and you know, I need to ask you because you've had the true experience here in the UK, as you probably are aware. People use the word ghetto in a very kind of sometimes derogatory way, in a downtrodden way. But what is the ghetto to you?
Well, I think I know that my experience about ghetto is it's where hardworking people come from, but they seem to be at the bottom of the system, you know what I mean? And so they struggle. Their struggle is different from the people who are uptown or the people who's living on a middle class level.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, most of the people in the ghetto, most of them are single parents.
Yeah.
And and so they would have a hard time, you know, getting a good jobs, and most of them, their jobs is what most people would do if they don't go to college or something like that. Yeah. But what they do, they work hard to send their kids, you know, to be the best they can. Yeah. And then you know, even when these kids work hard and do their excellence and make use of their parents' labor, they still couldn't get a job. You know, a lot of them. If you put the address of a ghetto on an application, we said, well, we will call you, but you never get a call. You have to know somebody. Yeah. All the time. It's not who know you, but it's not who you know, but it's who know you. You know. Yeah, I hear that. You know, this is gonna sound like a bit of an odd question, but I'm gonna ask it. And the question is, that struggle, do you think that it's needed in order to create the experience of reggae? Because we hear people talk about struggle, but you've just mentioned real struggles, so that feels like it helped with the music. Do you get what I mean? Well, you know, I don't know if that kind of struggle is needed, because what you know is what you know. I mean, I know about it. Yeah. I don't really want to say that the struggle is needed, but I think God knows what He's doing. And you know, Jesus was born in a major, you know, in a stable, so he didn't come up as a. I didn't read the story of him coming up in a rich settings and then become the superstar that he is because of his works and what he believed in and representing. Yeah. You know, the higher one. But what I do know, they said, you know, diamond is made from a rut, right? You know, it comes through the rut, and so from a rut come diamond. You know what I mean? For real. So I think everything is connected. You know, there is a special thing to say about going through struggle and to rise from it. That's it. You know what I mean? Not because you're in a struggle, that don't mean you gotta stay in a struggle. Or you gotta sit there. Yeah. And feel sorry for yourself. But I think it also represents for you to fight for what you want. And to reach out of it to the best you can be. And those are things I learned coming from struggle. For real. I hear that. And you know what? Thank you for going into that deeper, just because I feel that people need to know that there is struggles,
But like yourself, you're creating something beautiful, such as this album, from those struggles.
True thing, yeah.
Yeah, man. So.
Well, me personally, as far as what you just said, at this time in my life and career, I get so many. I get a second chance, and I see how much God has been good to me.
Yeah.
Because I struggle through, and because I'm determined and I am a positive person.
For real.
I realize that any work I am doing, it has to be what He wants me to do, but not only what I want to do. Something that will be upliftment, something that will be very inspiring to people. To do something to show my appreciation and also that I will be gratified about.
Yeah, I hear that. So a listener is asking, how can they find this particular album?
It's on all the platform, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, all of the platform. It's there as long as you punch in Broken Silence.
Yeah.
Elihu Morris, Broken Silence. Elihu, which is Elihu, because a lot of people, it creates conversation, the name.
Yeah.
Because how it's spelled and how it's pronounced.
Okay.
But it's pronounced Elihu and it's Elihu.
Yeah.
And Morris, Morris. So once you punch in Elihu Morris, Broken Silence, it will just pop right up.
It's there on every platform.
Yes, on every platform, yes.
So I have to ask you, I know you have a great voice. Do you play any other instruments as well?
I love to play the guitar, but I still yet to become to a level that I desire. And because I'm so much into writing and trying to make my present still be the best it can be, I have much time to get to that level. But yes, guitar is what I usually spend my time with if I'm not concentrating on writing and I'm singing. Nice.
You can't beat the guitar. It has a nice vibe.
Exactly. And it always helps you to bring more inspiration to writing too,
Yeah, for real. So let the people know how many tracks are on this album, and also one of your favorites as well. I know that's difficult to do, but one of your favorites that you liked performing.
Okay. I don't know if I have one favorite, because every song that I write, and publish is, I think it's an accomplishment,
For true.
But it has 17 tracks on it, quite different from most albums when it comes to the amount of tracks. The reason for that, I think my team or my producer taught me into that because they think it was worthy of taking so much time. We say 10 years, but I know it's been longer because out of that it became an EP before we even get down to the album, but it's because of the album inspiration that the EP came.
Yeah.
And so we said 17 tracks is worthy because we thought there was so much significant track on it that we have the tracks to put out there, and it takes that much time.
I hear that.
When it comes to my favorite, there's a track called God and Me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I think it also speak to me and speak for me.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So, do you think that this could be on a vinyl someday? It's going to be hard with 17. But what are you saying?
Can you repeat what you said?
I was saying, do you think it'll be on a vinyl someday?
Yes, most certainly. Yeah. It's been said amongst the team, and we agree. And before the team was said, it's in our heart that it's the foundation thing. Then we're seeing with the foundation traditional thing because I think it's our duty.
100%.
To be like that and to do that.
Yeah. It's so interesting that you say that because I feel when it's a significant piece like yourself, it's always great to have that physical copy. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it at all. So do you,
Yes.
as an artist, remember the first record that you brought?
The first record that was released, is that what you're saying?
No, the first record that you brought. So the one where you went into the record store and purchased it the first time. You remember which one?
Oh, the first record that I bought.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, the first record that I bought.
You're going back.
Yeah, I'm not sure because it's been a while.
Yeah.
But I know that I bought Digit S90.
Okay.
Leroy Smart Modelizer.
Oh yes, yep.
And I think it was 3 copies that I bought, and the other one can't remember which one is the other one.
That's gonna bug you now.
Anyway,
That's gonna bug you now.
Yes. But there was 3 copies that I bought, and after that it was me just. Oh yes, and then the Diamonds first album.
Okay, nice. So you picked some real classics.
Yes, and then from there I was able to it was just like a blessing. I was getting records from my mom to give LPs
Oh wow.
from abroad. It was like a lot of like stylistic shine lights and all those things. I used to get them for birthday gifts
nice.
from England.
Yeah.
They was coming to me. My mom was living in England, and I would get people coming in and asking for me, people that I didn't know, and when I kind of recognized who they were, they said, your mom sent these for you, and I'm here to bring them.
Oh,
And so
nice.
yes, I was just getting music all the time. Then I was around the artists. When I left school, I went to be around the studio because I wanted to learn more about this quest that called me.
Yeah.
And so when I started getting all these albums, I was close to the prison plan on Chancellor Lane. This was not Parade, and we hung out at Randy's. All the artists was there, and so and this was like when I was like 15 years old,
Yeah.
So every day I would get records to take to as apprentice. That was my thing, I had to take records to the outlet for the artists, and they would give me something for my pocket, and so it was very encouraging. And then I'm going home with records every evening, so I can sell and keep for myself. So
Nice. I love that.
That was fun.
Yeah, I love that. So, have you got any shows that people can come and see you live and direct, or anything that we can check out beforehand?
Well, I just did a bunch of shows for Reggae Month, and my next show coming up in July.
Yeah.
There's one gonna be in St. Anne.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and so that's on the 12th of July.
Okay, love that.
Yeah, and then there will be others, but most of the time they want to make sure that I'm not moving around. I'm on grounds, and then they will give me other dates according to my availability.
Okay. You know what, King? I think you know what's coming. I've got to ask you to drop a little something for the people.
Can you repeat that?
Sure, I was just saying, I've got to ask you if you'd be up for singing a little something for the people.
Okay. Before that, I have a question for you. What's your favorite song on the album?
My favorite song. I'm like.
Which one? Which one talk to you?
There's for me, there's quite a few that have a meaning so I find it quite hard.
Right.
There's quite a few. That speak to me, but I like the one that you mentioned earlier as well. That also spoke to me.
Broken Silence.
That's it, yep.
Okay. Broken Silence. I never wonder whether you them take the crime and violence. Oh, yeah. Broken Silence. I never wonder whether you them take the crime and violence. Oh, yeah. Too much broken dreams and promises. and broken system. Then them turn around and blame the youths them. Broken silence. They never wonder why the youth them turn to crime and violence. Yeah. Broken silence. They never wonder why the youth them turn to crime and violence. Yeah. Yeah.
Energy. Wow. Yeah, man. I was locked in. I was locked.
Yeah, I just want to touch because when I start singing, it's hard for me to stop, you know.
I hear that. I hear that.
I just want to make sure that I get the people them interest in as far as they can go. Once they hear a piece of this, they would want to go hear more for themselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. But you know what, King? As we kind of come to the end of the interview, for now, because I'm sure there's going to be more times we speak, what would you like for the listeners to take from either the first time hearing from you today or they've been a fan from you for a good while? What would you like them to take from this album?
Well, I want every work that I do, my goal is to make some kind of difference in people's life.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be just a music that you hear and you like, but I want you to learn from my music. Whatever is it, I want it to uplift, inspire, and elevate, you know?
I hear that.
So my goal overall is just for the music to make a difference, you know, in people like when they listen to the song, you know.
Yeah, I hear that. 100% hear that. So of course, once again, it's been a joy to speak with you and get to know more about this album and get to know a bit more again about you, which is always an honor and a blessing. But for those that have just locked in or they've just heard those last few bits, let them know once again how people can book you, how they can find you, and so forth.
Okay, so it's Elihu Music 876 at gmail.com or Andrew BC Records 876 833 0265.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that. Well, you know, I hope you have a blessed rest of the day, and we'll keep in touch, as you know.
Thank you very much, and pick up yourself.
Same to you.
DJKat Radio.
Bless
every
up.
time.
Bless.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Remember, the silence is broken.
Yes, that's the goal. That's the goal, because it's been a long time.
Yeah.
The silence been, not open, and so that's why for all the years it take to make this album. Now we couldn't hold it anymore. That impact with all them 17 music and just open. Let's speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, it's a time. It's a time.
For real, I hear that. It's a blessing, King. We'll speak again.
Yeah, blessing, Empress.
Speak soon. Bless up.
Yes, bless.
Yes, people, please do go out there, go and support Elihu Morris, okay? Broken Silence is definitely a vibe and an energy. Go and check it out each and every time. You heard it right here on the Big Bad Station, AvaRockRadio.com.